Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Ross and Wizzy's Fanfiction Power Hour. I'm your host, Ross Pitt, Shark Hunter. Damn it. Said the Shark Hunter bit again.
Man.
I'm getting away from that. Sharks are good and all that and whatever. And over here with me today, as always, is my co-host, Wizzy Puff. Say hello, Wizzy.
Meet George Jetson. Yep.
You come into my house, sleep in my bed, marry my wife, and then pull that shit.
We're a Flintstones household.
Frankly, I don't like either of them, but yeah, Flintstones all the way.
I'm more of a Jetsons guy just because Flintstones tried to sell cigarettes to kids.
Fair point. Smoking bad, but I also don't know if it was technically a kids show.
Yeah, it was a family show, so they knew kids would be watching.
But the parents would be too.
Like,
Not to mention it was the 50s.
Yeah. We didn't know anything about cigarettes back then.
Smoking was healthy. Okay, so everybody, hey guys, how you doing? It's too happy, it's too jovial around here. We should change that, frankly. But how do we change that? Let me think.
Oh boy, it's going to be Worm Watch.
It's not actually going to be Worm Watch. I have nothing to say. Still avoiding listening to the rest of Ward. But I'm getting better. I'm gonna do that eventually. That's it. A fan fiction. Wizzy, let's read a fan fiction. That'll really get this mood dour.
Oh yeah. Maybe one about My Little Pony?
Yeah. That's a great idea, actually. Yeah, never had that one before.
You go New York on me?
On accident, yeah. So let's have a sad My Little Pony fan fiction. Yeah. I think that'll work. Excellently.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hey, look at this. I found a sad fan fiction.
How do you know it's sad?
Well, the tag on Fanfiction. Here, let me throw it your way. Go look at this. Look over this. It's called His Assistant by XXGamer101XX.
I love that name.
What a sexy name. It's a great name.
That really is a good name.
I love it. It's so 2000s, 10s Xbox.
You can totally tell what era it's from just from the name.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna read this story here, and you're gonna sit down and listen. If we have to get sad, you have to get sad, all right?
Our emotions are your emotions. We will project them like the empaths we are.
I feel nothing anymore. Anyways, hopefully this will help. Also, we are recording on the International Derpy Day, so that's fun. But it's not going to be International Derpy Day when this is released, sadly. But hey, maybe the new season of Doctor Who will come out. Maybe this will be relevant then.
Yeah!
Probably not. His Assistant by XXGamer101XX. Chapter 1. Her Story. Hashtag Her Story. Wait, is it International Women's Month?
It's Black History Month.
It's not February anymore.
Oh, no, yeah, it's March now, dang.
I think that's...
it's March?
I think that's, International
March!
Yes!
It is!
I was right. Let's go.
Yo.
I don't see a Google Doodle.
So relevant.
Hashtag Her Story, let's go. I'm going to put that in the tags.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks will put this in the tags.
Mm-hmm.
Our editor, Tom Hanks. Chapter 1. Hashtag Her Story. They called her names like Spaz, Klutz, and much, much worse. Even her real name was unknown. They called her Derpy Hooves, while her real name was a mystery in itself. It didn't help that she had a lazy eye either. All the fillies and colts made fun of her during her days at flight school. While she didn't get the best grades, it didn't really bother her. She managed to remain happy. Derpy often tried her best to fit in and be, well, part of the crowd. No matter what, she still continued to smile. And with that, most ponies loved her for being herself. Hell yeah, Derpy, you go.
Slay Queen. This International Women's Month, Let's all support Derpy.
Yas Queen Slay. When she was a young filly, every pony that went to flight school with her knew this. She smiled. You made fun of her? She just smiled. She always looked on the brighter things in life. Sure, she did cry, but that's when Muffins came in handy. Ah, Muffins. That's her actual name, by the way.
Yo!
Her mother made the greatest muffins in all of Equestria. After a bad day at school, Derpy would eat one of her mother's muffins, and the bad day that she had completely gotten better. Derpy had always been very fond of bubbles, especially bubble wrap, to be specific. It didn't surprise any pony that she ended up becoming a male mare. When she was just a filly, her mom and dad took her out to the park so she could play and maybe make some friends. Her mother had bought her some bubbles that she wanted. Derpy took the bubble wand from her mother and blew. Happily, she watched the bubbles flitter into the air, gradually popping. She grinned, reaching out her free hoof to pop a few that were still floating around her. A few moments passed, and a bright light appeared on her side. The young Pegasus had earned her cutie mark. This reminds me of the Bubbles story. There's a story, I don't know if it's on Fanfiction, but it's this old story called Bubbles. I think it was fairly popular in the fandom. It's about technically how Derpy got her cutie mark, but man, is it sad. It's about Derpy and her abusive mother. Yeah, it gets pretty sad. We should read it sometime. I don't think there's any dialogue, but, you know, maybe we could try a non-dialogue fic once in a while.
Our first baby torture fic that's like about abusive parents, I guess.
I'm sure there was some abuse going on in the feud.
Oh, true. But I mean, it was more to the other babies, not...
I don't trust those fuckers to be not abusive.
Well, it didn't happen in the fic, though.
Sure.
But there was the one fic where Sunset had the abusive parents.
Did?
Her mother. Abusive mother.
Is that true?
Yeah, Red and Yellow, I believe, was the one.
I just remember people dying in a fire on that one.
I
All
believe
right.
she had an abusive mother in that one.
I'll take your word for it. To this day, Derpy even remembered the following conversation she had with her mother. You got your cutie mark, her mother exclaimed while giving her a tight hug. Congratulations! I knew you had it in you. I'm so proud of you.
What is it?
Asked a young Derpy, returning her mother's hug.
What is my cutie mark?
A group of bubbles, answered her mother. That's odd. That doesn't tell what your special talent is. Maybe it means you get to be a male pony?
Where'd she get
I
that
get
from?
the connection, yep. I have no idea.
What do male ponies do?
They deliver mail all over Equestria. It's a really fun job, especially if you enjoy going on adventures.
I like going on adventures.
Oh, Wizzy's baby voice is like Aaron Hansen's girl voice.
Oh god, is it?
Well, it doesn't sound like it, but it's, you know, it's got the same...
Yeah, it's like he does the same thing with his voice.
It's the same thing that you do for this specific type of character. In your case, it's babies. In Aaron's case, it's women. And it's both annoying. So
you should just be glad that this is only going to be like the prelude. I'm not going to have this voice for the full fic.
Thank God.
Instead, I'm going to go full Elmo for the adult Derpy.
Jesus
oh yeah!
Christ. I like going on adventures, shouted Derpy, giving her mother a bright smile. Her mother returned her smile and said, Someday, when you're older, you'll go on all sorts of adventures. I know it.
You know Danielle Kogan on YouTube?
Maybe.
I'm going to have to link some stuff to you after this, because that voice sounds so much like her. At least the voice that she does that sounds like that.
Alrighty then.
Really?
Don't listen to other ponies at school. I know you'll make it far. This is far and away a different version of Derpy's mother than Bubbles.
No, you got to be reading this all like in a sarcastic voice. It's actually still abusive.
Don't listen to other ponies at school. I know you'll make it far.
It doesn't even actually work. It still sounds supportive.
Yep. It was the happiest day of Derpy's life. Sadly, it didn't last for long. The next day when the fillies and colts saw her, the teasing had only gotten worse. Gotta be kidding me.
What kind of cutie mark are Bubbles?
You can tell this author's preference just from that alone. Scoffed Rainbow Dash. Don't mind her. I think it's a really good cutie mark, Derpy. Fluttershy spoke softly.
Please, Fluttershy. You think that's good? I'll show you. Awesome! I'll show you my awesome mark.
I fucking hate this. Shouted Rainbow, showing off her cutie mark.
Look at this. It's at least 20% cooler than yours.
I'm just gonna pretend that this is just in Derpy's head. This is how she remembers it. Rainbow Dash is actually probably just like, oh, that's nice. This is mine.
It's just like Derpy's distorted memories of her insecure past.
That must be what I'm reading. I can't take it the other way. It's going to be Rainbow Dash is all I have left.
Rainbow Dash would never be rude.
Look at this. It's at least 20% cooler than yours.
Rainbow, that's a little mean, said Fluttershy. She then looked at Derpy and noticed that she was crying. Fluttershy felt her heart sink as she placed a caring hoof on Derpy's back. Aw, it's okay. You really shouldn't mind, Rainbow Dash. I think it's a really cool cutie mark.
Are they still babies right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you, Fluttershy.
sniffed Derpy, feeling touched by her kindness. Fluttershy really did live up to being the element of kindness. She always nice to Derpy. When Fluttershy would say something nice, it had.
What?
All right. When Fluttershy would say something nice, it had helped brighten up her day. Sadly, it didn't really. The teasing had gotten worse, and they started calling her harsher and meaner names. She would just smile and eat her muffins. She was a happy filly. All the taunting and teasing never stopped her. Derpy went on to become a mail mare for Ponyville. She always made sure the packaged goods were on time and undamaged. Well, most of the time. But her simple life changed when she met him, the doctor.
Doctor who?
Oh, ho, ho.
I think they should have a non-binary doctor by now.
They should. Derpy remembered the first time she met him. She recalled that day as if it were only yesterday. It seemed just like a normal day. Derpy was making sure that every pony's mail was delivered on time. Then, there she saw it. Right in the center of Ponyville stood a strange blue police box. As she went closer to it, she saw a pony come out of it. "Excuse me, miss. Can you help me?" That was my best tenant, eh? Fuck.
That's what a landlord says after they lose their best tenant.
For some reason, that was very funny to me. Maybe I could do a Scottish one better. I remember I did an okay Scrooge McDuck impression one time.
Yeah.
"Excuse me, miss. Can you help me?" That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
Said a brown-coated earth pony with a spiky brown mane, an hourglass cutie mark, and speaking with a British accent. "Do you know where I am?" Really going for more of a number 12 here on this one, really.
12th Doctor?
Yeah, he's the Scottish one.
I didn't realize there was a Scottish one.
Yeah, it was the 12th one.
Was that the old guy?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, there are
forgot
several
about
old
him.
guys who have played the Doctor, but the old one from the new ones.
Yeah.
But he's by far the youngest acting. Although the new one, I can't remember his name and it's difficult to pronounce. The new Dr. Jack's pretty young, from what I can tell.
Ponyville?
She answered. "Interesting. A talking horse. Ponyville. What?" he questioned in response.
Ponyville. Equestria? Under the crown of Princess Celestia.
Is that like their anthem?
Nope.
Their motto?
Nope.
Oh, it's a good rhyme.
It is pretty sick. Derpy added. "Under the crown of Princess Celestia? Shouldn't she be a queen instead of a princess?" the stallion questioned.
No, she's a princess. She raises and sets the sun, and her sister, Princess Luna, raises and sets the moon.
Okay, theory. Theory. So, in the show, the Doctor does not seem to be an actual Time Lord. But, hear me out. He is British, so what if he is Pipsqueak's dad? They're both Earth ponies. They're both British.
Wait.
They both live in Ponyville. I'm just saying.
Yo.
I'm a genius.
What if he's a lot of people's dads because he is a Time Lord?
Oh, maybe.
What if Pipsqueak is Dr. Hooves?
Oh my gosh. Nah, different cutie mark.
Aw.
The way you can tell a Dr. Hooves is by the cutie mark.
What's his cutie mark? Is it like an hourglass?
It's an hourglass.
Yeah.
He's also sometimes called Time Turner.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Is that his tag on? No, wait, his tag is still Dr. Hooves.
It might have used to be Time Turner for all I know on here, but, well, that's non-canon anymore, so then again, so is Derpy. Princess Luna raises and sets the moon. Explained Derpy, giving the strange stallion a confused look.
I take it you aren't from around here.
I just realized you got that little accent there.
Yeah, she got it from her mom.
Yeah, just like that. Me? No, I'm just a tourist checking things out, replied the stallion, looking in awe of the buildings. Did you build these?
Well, I didn't personally build them. The people of Ponyville did.
I say, with hooves you built all this. Impressive. Are all the people that live here horses? The stallion inquired, raising an eyebrow. Are there any humans in this world?
If by people you mean ponies, and by horses you mean ponies, then yes.
She replied, giving him a cheerful smile.
But no, there aren't any humans here. Sorry.
Ponies? He said, feeling a bit confused. You mean horses, right?
No.
Time Lords.
Do they not know about ponies?
I guess not.
Dang.
That's the one flaw of Doctor Who.
No, ponies. And you're one as well.
She said. Then Derpy removed a mirror from her saddlebags and gave it to the strange new Earth pony. If I'm a pony, how do I grab things?
You use your hooves.
Said Derpy as she extended her hoof to the Earth pony.
Here, try it.
The Earth pony nodded and went to grab the mirror. He couldn't really quite get a grab on the mirror, and it fell down to the ground. He repeatedly tried to grab the mirror, and with no avail, he failed to pick it up. How did you do that? Questioned the stallion. It's not possible.
What do you mean it isn't possible?
Asked Derpy as she picked the mirror.
What's not to get?
The stallion just sighed in frustration and looked at the mirror Derpy was holding. The Earth pony looked hard at his reflection and then sighed and muttered, Blast it! Not even a ginger this time. I'm in the world full of magical talking ponies, and I'm not even a ginger. You know you can dye your hair, right?
Yeah, I'm sure there's magic to do that at least. I mean, he wouldn't know about that, though.
I'm sure there's just hair dye in human world. Come on, man.
What? You can just, change the color of your hair in the human world?
Yeah. You should try it sometime, Wizzy. I think you'd look great.
I'm going pink.
You should. Pink is great.
Yes.
Pink is hype.
Did you say something?
Ah, yes. What did you say your name was?
I didn't say anything about my name.
Said Derpy as her eyes went almost crossed for a second. Do your eyes normally do that? Asked the stallion. Derpy blushed and struggled to come up with a reply. Is there a trick to do it? He asked as he tried to make his eyes go cross-eyed. This is bordering on kind of offensive.
Right?
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
You really think so?
Asked Derpy as her cheeks turned a brighter shade of red. Of course it is. I wish I could do that. Oh, I forgot my manners. What is your name?
Most ponies call me Derpy.
She sighed. Derpy?
Derpy Hooves, founder of Muffin Express, where your packages are guaranteed to be on time and undamaged. Well, most of the time.
Damn, she founded it?
Right?
Hell yeah, girl. Hashtag herstory.
Girl boss, literally. In the other fix, though, she has an abusive boss, but, good for her in this one.
Yeah. said Derpy as she gave him a sheepish smile.
And you are?
Well, most call me the doctor, he smiled, while Derpy gave him a puzzled look.
A doctor of what?
She questioned. Oh, well, you see...
Are you a doctor? Do you fix ponies up?
Interrupted Derpy.
Maybe a cutie mark can tell me what you're a doctor of.
My cutie mark? Questioned the Earth Pony, giving Derpy a strange look.
Your cutie mark. It tells you what your special talent.
Explained Derpy as she got closer to the pony.
Here, let me take a look.
Why are you looking at my bum?
You mean your flank?
Oh my god. I think it's fine to say bum when regarding a cutie mark.
She's doing like a, it's whom actually type thing.
It's actually something I don't know. I don't know when to say whom and who.
I think I'm pretty good at that.
Oh, good for you.
But it's, no one's ever going to notice.
Nope.
Except for the wrong people.
And Weird Al.
Oh god. That's the worst kind of person.
How dare you?
You mean your flank? It looks like your cutie mark is an hourglass. Does that mean your special talent has something to do with time?
Oh man, ponies are so on it this fic. Like, with those cutie marks.
Right?
Well, why, yes it does. Time and fabrication.
Are you a time traveler?
Just on the point, man. Wow. For all you know, he could have been, like, making clocks or something with that description. Like,
Derpy's special talent is actually reading people's minds.
asked Derpy with a bright smile. Exactly. His smile grew bigger as he gave a slight chuckle. If you put it in that way. Derpy looked, and behind him was a strange blue box.
Do you live in that box?
The doctor chuckled. Well, yes. You can say that. Is there a place where I can ask more about this Ponyville in private?
There's a bakery called Sugar Cube Corner. They have really good muffins.
So much for private, she explained, smiling at him. Then she added,
I love muffins, especially banana muffins, strawberry muffins, and blueberry muffins. Do you like muffins, Doctor?
I heard you mention bananas. Bananas are good.
Sugar Cube Corner has bananas in a lot of their baked goods. Banana cake, banana muffins, banana ice cream, and more.
Does this Sugar Cube Corner have those little cakes that you eat at tea time, like we do in England? Asked the doctor.
If by England you mean Anglemaine, then yes, I'm pretty sure Sugar Cube Corner has them.
Replied Derpy.
Follow me.
A race that can bake and do most things like humans can with hooves. Brilliant. Just brilliant. I can finally eat something that isn't pears. Derpy looked at him.
You weird, Doctor.
The doctor just smiled. You don't know the half of it. During their time at Sugar Cube Corner, the doctor told Derpy a lot of things. He told her that he wasn't from this world. At first, she didn't believe him. She thought he was crazy. But as strange things started to happen in Ponyville, monsters from the Everfree Forest began coming out, young fillies and colts being pony-napped, and how she and the doctor went on to defeat those monsters, the more she believed him. Hope you got those fillies and colts back.
Right?
It's really dark. The big blue box, the TARDIS, he called it, time and relative dimension in space, what it stood for.
I did not know that is what it stood for.
Yeah, it's true. That's what it stands for. It's time and relative dimension in space.
Dang.
What it stood for allowed them to go to any place in the universe whenever they wanted. They even went on adventures using it. They traveled through time and even went to different worlds on it. One memory stood out from the rest. Derpy, look, a shooting star, said the doctor, pointing his hoof to the midnight blue night sky. With its many stars and the beautiful full moon, Princess Luna always made sure the night sky was breathtaking to look at. Along with the stars was a shooting star. Look at the shooting star. Make a wish. Derpy blinked at the doctor and just smiled.
Oh, God. This is so cheesy.
Why do I have to make a wish? My wish has already come true.
The doctor chuckled. Really? How?
I get to go to places I never existed.
At what?
Well, she never existed in them before, and she got to go there now, so...
All right, yeah. You know what? That works out.
It makes sense.
Derpy said as she smiled on the past adventures she had went on with the doctor.
They make really good bedtime stories to tell Dinky.
The doctor chuckled. She has a wild imagination. His chuckle was cut short as he cleared his throat. Just so you know, that as was not a mistake on my part. It is 2 A's and an S. Derpy, can I ask you something?
Sure. What?
How long are you going to stay with me? Asked the doctor.
Forever.
Smiled Derpy as she grabbed his hoof. The doctor chuckled. You remind me of one of my old companions.
Ooh.
Her name was Rose. Rose Tyler.
Wow, way to kill the mood.
Oh no. Worst companion.
Whoa!
I don't actually think that. Some people do. Me, I like Rose. Mainly because, Ninth Doctor.
She was just the first companion I ever saw, so that's all I really know about her.
How much of Doctor Who have you seen?
I've seen some of most of the seasons from the reboot.
Oh, okay. So you've seen some of most of the seasons, but you've never seen a full season?
There was one season that I watched a lot of with my brother that was... it was the one where it was like Amy and Rory and stuff, and they were like, yeah. And then like they died or something. Spoilers.
Rough scene.
Rough.
Bark. Frickin' Rory, now that's the best companion.
True.
Absolute Chad behavior, said the doctor as he recalled the past memories he had with all of his companions, and trying not to cry. Derpy gave him a confused look.
Is that a good thing?
It's a bloody good thing, he declared, waving his hoof eagerly. The doctor wasn't like the other ponies. He didn't make fun of her like the others did. Plus, he enjoyed talking to her. She enjoyed going on all those adventures with him in his big blue box. Still, some ponies started spreading nasty rumors, saying that the doctor was an alien and that the TARDIS was his ship, invading Ponyville to conquer the world and eventually all of Equestria. That didn't bother Derpy, even if he was an alien, because he was much nicer and cooler than all the other aliens that she had met had been. She would always be his assistant, no matter what. After all, she was his assistant. End of Chapter 1.
That's making history if I ever thought of it.
Indeed. So far, oof. The grammar. Grammar's been rough.
And why are they going to say right in the feels?
That too. But it would hit even harder if that grammar was a bit better.
Yeah. You can tell that this is an early Fanfiction story.
Yeah.
It's everything I'd expect from like a Derpy and Doctor Who's fanfic from 2012.
I would agree with that. All right, let's get to the Chapter 2. His goodbye. Oh, his goodbye. What happens?
I thought Derpy was going to be the one who has to say goodbye, honestly.
Maybe they both have to say goodbye.
Man.
I guess we'll see.
Is this really goodbye?
Said Derpy as tears streamed down her face as she stepped out of the TARDIS and onto the streets of Ponyville. Derpy looked around and saw that everything was the same as the day she left. Nothing had changed. Applejack was still selling apples with her sister, and the same couple were still eating their sundae at Sugar Cube Corner. Just gonna headcanon that couple is Lyra and Bonbon.
Man, they're still eating the same sundae. Take bigger bites.
I think they should be allowed to eat that sundae, however long they want to take.
I think they're taking so long because they're not just eating the sundae, if you get what I'm saying.
Hashtag herstory. It had seemed like days, months, or even years to her, but to them, nothing. As the ponies passed by, Derpy sniffed and tried to fight back her tears as if she knew her adventure was coming to an end.
Why does everything look so normal?
Asked Derpy, giving the doctor a strange look in confusion.
It looks like nothing happened. It's just boring old Ponyville.
Wait, what happened?
Well, they went on adventures. Took a while.
Oh,
You know?
I get it, yeah.
Time travel.
I thought she was referring to like some big event that they had mentioned, and I just like didn't notice.
For all we know, yes. We don't know. Because I brought you back, you boring old Ponyville. I brought you back to Ponyville where nothing changed and nothing will change, replied the doctor. I took you back home.
Why did you take me back?
Asked Derpy in a voice filled with anger.
I didn't want to go back. Why did you take me back?
Don't you have a daughter?
Yeah, she probably takes the daughter with her, I hope.
I don't know. It didn't sound like she did. Sounds like these are all just bedtime stories for Dinky.
Well, she leaves Dinky on the TARDIS, probably. I don't know. Okay, I'm hoping she's a good mom.
Yikes. Hashtag herstory.
Question mark?
Oh well. It's getting dangerous. Really dangerous. I don't want to get you hurt and take Dinky's mother away, explained the doctor. You have to go back to your life before you met me.
So, yep, definitely leaving her daughter there.
Yep,
Do I really have to go?
asked Derpy as tears were already streaming down her face.
I don't want to go. Why can't I stay? Tell me, why can't I stay?
It is? All right, it is. And I'm sorry. So very sorry.
I think he was answering the question, is this really goodbye?
All right, replied the doctor as he departed out of the TARDIS. I wish you could stay, but I can't risk you getting hurt.
I won't get hurt. I'll be careful.
Come on, Derpy. This is you, Derpy. You're not going to be careful.
Ouch.
I'm not wrong.
Hmm.
Why are you booing me? I'm right.
Shouted Derpy as the tears on her face streamed at a faster pace.
How can I get back? After the things I've seen? The things I've done? It will never be the same.
My God. There's
Oof.
where did the other chapters go? Derpy's gone through some stuff.
Yeah. She's having, coming back from war vibes here.
Mm-hmm.
Although she's talking about to the person with the most coming back from war vibes ever.
Yeah, but he's not coming back from war. He's still going.
Yeah, I guess that's true. A good man goes to war. That's the name of an episode, I believe.
Oh.
They always say that. Every single one of them. You never do get hurt, but only lost or taken away from me. But now, I'm in a whole different new world. I can start fresh and never have to deal with all the pain it caused me, sighed the doctor. Every time I lost a companion, became a little more mad. I don't want to be mad. No pony will talk to the mad pony over there that scares every pony. I can't let it happen to you. I can never bring myself to it. That's why you have to go, and that's why you can't stay.
I won't get hurt. You know that. I may be a klutz.
God damn it.
I may be a klutz. But when I put my mind to it, I mean it.
Cried Derpy.
I can't go. I can never go back to my old life. And you know that.
I can never see my daughter again.
How can I look her in the face?
Wonder what she's doing right now.
It's like playing with the other kids and watched by Miss Cheerily.
Derpy is totally okay with just orphaning her daughter.
I can't go back to hooves. I've had fingers now.
You have to do it. It's the only way that I know you're safe, replied the doctor. It is the only way I know for a fact that you are safe.
But I...
Derpy, the doctor interpreted as his voice cracked, trying not to cry. I'm sorry, but it's for the best. You're a mother, and I don't want to take that from Dinky. You're different. I just don't want that risk anymore, replied the doctor in a sweet, soft voice. I've already lost so many. I don't want to lose any more.
You won't lose me. You know that.
Said Derpy.
I'll never be lost, and I will always be by your side no matter what. I'll be careful. You know that.
I know, but I can't risk that. Goodbye, Derpy Hoofs. And be as brilliant as ever, said the doctor as he stepped closer towards Derpy. Take this as a reminder of me. With that, the doctor had kissed her, Derpy had closed her eyes and kissed him back. She had wrapped her hooves around him, and he had done the same. After a while, he pulled away and went back into the TARDIS. "That is why you can't stay," replied the doctor. "I will never age, while you will. I'll remain young and just only change my face, while you will grow old. I could never bring myself to let that happen."
I understand.
Stuttered Derpy as she cried softly.
I'll miss you.
"I'll miss you too. Tell Dinky I'll miss her, and be as brilliant as ever. No matter what, don't let any other pony tell you different. Goodbye, Derpy. I'll never forget you."
Why would she tell Dinky? Dinky doesn't know him yet.
I think she does.
He took her back to a time in Ponyville before anything changed.
Maybe? I don't know.
Well, in the beginning of this chapter, she was like, "Why is nothing different?" And then he's like, "I brought you back to a time where nothing was different."
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Let me actually get the quote for certain. Well, she did only say, "Why does everything look so normal?" And then the doctor said, "I brought you back to boring old Ponyville. Brought you back to Ponyville where nothing changed. And nothing will change." That could be, "I brought you back to Ponyville where nothing changed, or nothing changes." So that...
Yeah. I brought you back to a time bubble.
So that could indicate that Ponyville doesn't really get attacked, and she still has trouble with the time thing. Or it could be what you're suggesting, and he did just bring her back to before they ever met. In which case, that's a whole different problem. So, yeah, this is confusing a bit.
But so is Doctor Who, so...
Yeah, I guess I'll just pretend that this is just, my theory, because it just makes more sense to me.
It works better.
Anyways, I'll miss you too. Tell Dinky I'll miss her, and be as brilliant as ever. No matter what, don't let any other pony tell you different. Goodbye, Derpy. I'll never forget you," said the doctor as he closed the big blue box's door, and to be never seen by her again. It's a small town. The doctor has sort of a tendency to go to the same place a lot.
Yeah.
She'll probably see you again.
After a few adventures.
Yeah. As the TARDIS slowly vanished, she couldn't take it anymore. Tears were streaming like waterfalls as Derpy cried.
I will never forget you either. You were never like the other ponies. You didn't make fun of me. You just smiled and held out your hoof as I followed you off in your big blue box. Something new and something old, you said it was.
That's a reference to Donna.
No, I'm pretty sure that's Amy.
Was it Amy?
It might have been Donna might have said something like that.
I thought it was like Donna returned and she said that quote, and it was like, whoa.
No, could be.
My memory's foggy about that show.
Yeah, I don't remember much from the Donna seasons. Sorry, everybody.
Donna's so cool.
I know that Donna's like a fan favorite, but I don't remember much from her. It's very unfortunate, because I want to like Donna just as much as everybody else. Anyways, Derpy said, as she tried to laugh, but it hurt too much.
You said you stole it, but I doubt that's true.
Derpy sighed and hung her head low and walked slowly back to her cottage.
Goodbye, Doctor. I will be forever and ever be your assistant, no matter what, until the day when time ever does end. I'll remember you, and when Dinky is older, I'll make sure to tell her stories of the Mad Pony and Big Blue Box of mysteries and adventures.
I will not question that wording, even though it contradicts something. Author's note. This was supposed to be just a one-shot, but later you can see I changed my mind and added another chapter. That chapter being Derpy and the Doctor, Dr. Hooves or Time Turner, whatever he's called now, saying their goodbyes. I'm sorry if I angered some, but just added another chapter out of the blue. This idea just sprang up and I wanted to write about it. So that was His Assistant by XXGamer101XX.
So, what did we think about this fic?
It had potential.
True.
Yeah, this is one of the dilemmas of doing this podcast, because sometimes you might run across a story that you just don't care a lot about, and you don't want to say something too negative, because who knows what they were going through when they were writing this, and who knows their backstory and whatever.
It's been 12 years.
Yeah, it's also the thing. This could have used another pass through. A rewrite would have been great for this, frankly.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, because this might have been a kid, English might not be their first language or whatever, but the grammar really nosedives on this. And it does not let up.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a sad fic, but a lot of it was pretty funny because the writing in it.
Yeah.
The wording.
I really do like the premise, but yeah, I think that does really let it down a lot. That's not to say that it's a bad story. I think it's a generally fine story. If you look past the grammatical errors, which it's kind of tough to do.
This was probably like one of the first derpy Doctor Who stories, so give it to them for that.
Almost certainly not.
It was 2012. There couldn't have been that many.
Oh, ho, 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 you'd be surprised. There were a lot.
Well, still. It was
Doctor Who's an assistant, I'm pretty sure, was before this even, so.
It was early in the age of internet fan fiction like this.
Sure. Maybe there weren't a lot on fanfiction, but certainly on fanfiction.net, I would say. Either way.
Let's do a fic from there next episode.
Oh, God. Shoot me. Could have been a lot tighter, could have used an editor, but trust me, I know how hard those guys are to find, especially if you don't have any money. So, it's tough to critique too harshly.
Yeah. It was entertaining.
Yep, that it was. It was entertaining, and I don't regret reading it, that's for sure.
This is going up.
Yep. So, good job, Noob Master 69 or whatever your name was.
XX Gamer 101XX.
That's the one. XX Gamer 101XX. Good job.
Still a great name.
Always a pleasure to see someone actually upload something to Fanfiction. Glad that we finally read a Doctor Who's fanfiction. Maybe next time we'll read another one.
Oh.
Or maybe we'll just read something for Herstory Month.
Gotta do another female character story.
Let's do that. It's probably a given. So, yeah. That's just gonna happen.
Sunset all Women's History Month.
Hell yes. Let's do it. All right, we're gonna set out on our own adventures now. You all go out into the world and look for your own adventures, whatever those may be.
Ross is kicking me out of the big blue box.
Yep, get the hell out. You have spilled coffee on here too many times.
See ya.
I don't know if the microphone picked it up, but the house just settled.
Oh boy. Like, it's falling? Collapsing?
No, like, it just decided, you know what? This is the person I'm marrying. Fine, why not?
Oh, I thought you were talking about, like, settling a lawsuit.
No.
That would be ridiculous. How could it
Don't be stupid.
settle a lawsuit?
In fact, that is so stupid that I'm probably going to clip it and this is going to be the ending.